saw this popping up on certain message boards and image boards. But now we have Newsmax, which is a little bit more accredited, a little bit more known. They've got the television gig going on, and they must be confident enough in this to put it on out there. But they said breaking. A Vatican source tells Newsmax John Gizzi that Pope Francis is dying, with insiders saying that they believe the pontiff will not survive past 2022. Everything was behind a paywall, so I was able to get some screenshots out. Hat tip Timothy Gordon. Take a listen to this. In the past few days, I have spoken to the secretary of one of the most powerful Vatican cardinals. He shared with me some important revelations for Catholics and non-Catholics alike. First, he said plainly, Pope Francis is dying. At 84, it has long been viewed that the Holy Father is physically and perhaps mentally not well. Last July, the Pope spent an extraordinary 10 days in Rome hospital, supposedly for surgery of the colon to manage diverticulitis, a disorder of the colon wall. Cancer was never mentioned, but others fear that the Pope's condition is more than has been said publicly. Vatican insiders, including my source, do not believe he will survive past 2022. In fact, he tells Vatican officials are already in pre-conclave mode and preparing the logistics for Francis's passing. Haven't they been going wild? I should ask Timothy this. Haven't they been going wild with appointing new cardinals and things like that, almost like you would in the United States, appointing judges if you're a president and you just want to get judges? I wonder what's going on here. And wasn't he rumored, when we're talking about the prophecy of the popes, who was that? Saint Malachi? Wasn't he an Irish Saint Malachi? If you follow that timeline, isn't Francis like the last one? Supposedly? That would be interesting. The interesting thing to look up on again. I'll take a look at that. After a pope passes, the church calls a conclave of a college of cardinals to pick a successor. Who will replace Francis? They ask on Newsmax. Well, the secretary said the early favorite is Cardinal Peter Erdo of Hungary. Erdo speaks 7 languages, is considered a church centrist. Oh, God. Anything centrist is leftist. That's just what it comes down to. But he also respects traditionalists. There's respect there. That's nice. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of the State, long thought to be the next pope, is out of the running because of the diplomatic agreement he made with Beijing. The deal was a bad one, insiders said, and Parolin and Francis ceded too much control of the Chinese Roman Church to the communists. Well, of course, they are communists themselves. Still, do not expect another church liberal as pope. While it was true Francis picked many new cardinals from the periphery, he is as he once put it, these third world princes of the church are considered quite conservative. Okay, well that answers my last thing that I was saying. We'll see. The big question is how these cardinals will get along with the next conclave. Francis has declined to have customary church meetings of the leading cardinals, and many now simply don't know each other. Quote, it's been Francis's strategy from the beginning to keep everyone distant and separate, one cardinal shared. The Pope is said to be worried that his critics may organize if he were to call general meetings. It appears that the next conclave may be beyond his control. Wowee. Now, it's the only place that I see reporting on this, and that goes back to that 10-day lapse where we didn't know where the hell he was in July. Diverticulitis, it says. Diverticulitis. Colon issues. Here was from the Washington Post. Pope jokes that he's still alive despite some bishops wishing him dead. Pope Francis has a message for his haters. This is from September of 2021. Still alive, even though some people wanted me dead. Hundreds of Italians cheered for him under a Rome hospital balcony this summer, but not everyone was happy that he made it out of colon surgery. The pontiff has quipped. Some of his foes held secret meetings about his health. Quote, I know that there were even meetings between prelates who thought that the Pope was in more serious condition than what was being said, he added in a meeting this month with Jesuits in Slovakia after someone asked him how he was doing. Quote, they were preparing the conclave, he said, referring to a meeting where a pope is elected. Patience, thank God I am well. At 84 years old, the head of the Roman Catholic Church is back at work after spending 10 days at a hospital in July when doctors moved part of his intestine. So, I don't know. That sounds a lot like the messages that were coming out of the Supreme Court with Ruth Bader Ginsburg when the question of her health was up in the air for 2 full years. And she was even older and even more frail and supposedly recovered like 2 bouts of pancreatic cancer when it takes people out in months. Young, healthy, virile people. Patrick Swayze, he was turned to nothing so quick. That was so sad. So what do you think? That's some interesting stuff there too.